Good day, welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Fidelia Aguncha. Nigeria security and response agencies have called for unity amongst Nigerians. Chairman of the forum, Major General John Enenche, expressed this during a press conference on route march exercise for security and response agencies in Abuja, the nation's capital.
Like I said, across the nation, all over formation units in the nation, particularly at the state capitals and Abuja. Those are the areas that will be covered. And it is not a competitive exercise, it's a corporate exercise, whereby we come together to exercise ourselves and then to ensure that we synergize for esprit de corps and harmony amongst members of the security and response agencies. The route marches held by the various security agencies are independent of other sister agencies. That means it is mono. But this one is going to cover all of us. When we come together, we will understand ourselves better. We will begin to synergize, we will begin to see ourselves as one. So it will achieve the objective of ensuring that at the long run, the clashes, the misunderstandings we used to have will to a large extent be overcome.
The Nigerian police has again denied that any of its officers were kidnapped by the Boko Haram sect. The clarification comes days after the sect claimed responsibility for the abduction of 16 female police officers. The police is, however, insisting that none of its officers were abducted. In a statement, the police admitted that 2 of its officers were missing, but added that no evidence suggested that the missing officers are with the sect. The Nigerian army says yet another suspected Boko Haram terrorist has been arrested in the northeast part of the country. The suspect has been identified as Isha Garba. In a related development, the army also revealed it has successfully repelled an attack by Boko Haram insurgents on its base. U.S. President Donald Trump has hosted 2 Chibok schoolgirls at the White House. The girls Joy Bishara and Lydia Pogu, who escaped from Boko Haram in 2014 after the famous Chibok abduction, met with the president in company of his daughter Ivanka Trump. They graduated from Cannonville Christian Academy in Oregon in February 2017. The Federal High Court Abuja has fixed October 10 to hear a matter filed by John Mary Jidobi, a lawyer seeking to remove Ibrahim Magu as acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Jidobi is asking the court to make a pronouncement terminating the continuous stay of Magu as acting chairman of the EFCC. However, the federal government, through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, objected to the application.
This matter has to do with the acting appointment of Mr. Ibrahim Magu as the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, of which the plaintiff has challenged. The acting appointment has been null and void. The government, the Attorney General of the Federation, has objected to this application on certain grounds which have to border on the powers of the president to appoint a chairman for the EFCC, whether in acting capacity of substantive position. And the Honorable Court has, in his own discretion, adjourned this matter, which is going to come up for hearing in October.
Of course, all of us are aware of what's happening in Nigeria now. Agitations in the southeast, all manner of agitations, separatist agitations, issues here and there. And what does he go to tell you? He tells you that the system is not working. He tells you that our people are losing confidence in the system that we have. The laws that we have given to ourselves, we can't obey them. So if the Senate has said, we do not want a particular man, the question is this: why is this man saying I must be here? So it is this kind of situation that breeds anarchy in the system. That is why, instead of calling for agitations, the way some people are doing, which is also their right, we are coming to the court to tell the court, look, we have a law in this country. We have laws. And people who are elected by those laws are supposed to conduct themselves within the ambit of the law, setting up such institutions. That is why we are saying that the acting capacity of Mr. Ibrahim Magu ought to have ended the very moment Mr. President said, look, I want a substantive chairman. It means that the expediency of the commission being headed by an acting chairman has come to an end.
The widows of 4 of 9 men executed in 1995 by the then military government have filed a civil lawsuit against oil giant Royal Dutch Shell. The women are seeking compensation from the company for alleged complicity in the military crackdown leading to the deaths of their husbands. The suit filed by the 4 widows alleged that Shell provided support to the military in the crackdown that ultimately led to the executions of the men known as the Ogoni 9. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo has signed yet another executive order backing the implementation of the Voluntary Assets and Income Declaration Scheme. The order is to ensure the scheme as designed by the Ministry of Finance leads to the payment of taxes and punish offenders after the 9-month grace period. From July 1st to December 31st, the government would offer waiver of interest and penalty, no prosecution of tax offenses, and no tax audits to all tax evaders who declare their hidden assets. A spokesperson for Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has confirmed that a presidential jet has been parked at a London airport for more than 7 weeks. Garba Shehu, however, denied this is costing the government $5,000 a day. According to him, the Nigerian government has asked that the daily fee be waived, and if that was not possible, then only the minimum would be paid. Buhari has been in London on medical vacation since May 7. Nigeria is now meningitis-free. Minister of Health Isaac Adewale made the declaration on Wednesday. Over 1,000 people had died from the disease since its outbreak in November 2016. With a total of 14,518 suspected cases reported from 25 states. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has fixed July 6 for judgment on a case filed by the Peace Corps over illegal invasion and detention of its members. The group had on March 9, 2017 dragged the Attorney General of the Federation, the Inspector General of Police, and the Director General of the Department of State Services (DSS) to court over the unlawful arrest and detention of its National Commandant Dixon Akko and 49 others.
Well, all the issues are already contained in our application before the court. Like I said, we are seeking to enforce our fundamental human rights. The applicants are legally registered lawful organization, and they are entitled to act in that regard. They cannot be molested by the police or the DSS or any other, law enforcement agents of government. So that is why we are here to enforce our rights. And if you look at the application we filed before the court, we have series of judgments, even of this court and other courts, affirming the legality of the applicant and the fact that the respondents are also restrained, from infringing on their rights. So in effect, the police and other law enforcement agents are in breach, in contempt of the orders of this other subsisting judgment of this court. That is why we are before this court again.
Because what we are saying in effect is that nobody is disputing the fact that Peace Corps is registered as an NGO. It should operate as an NGO. It should confine itself within that mandate, within its object. It was registered under Part C of CAMA. That's what we are saying. The fact that it is registered as an NGO does not confer immunity on the Peace Corps of Nigeria. Neither does it confer immunity on the promoter, that is Akko himself. So what we are saying is that this court, as it stands now, does not, because the 90-count charge is before his learned brother. So what we are saying is that the court, as it stands, does not have the jurisdiction to decide on the criminal charge that is pending before his learned brother. We are not disputing the fact that it's a registered NGO. Let them operate as an NGO, not as a security outfit, providing guards to various bodies and all that.
Kidnapped kingpin Chukwudumeme Onwamadike, better known as Evans, has again dragged the Inspector General of Police and 3 others before a federal high court in Lagos over his alleged illegal detention. In the new suit filed on Thursday, Evans is seeking 300 million naira as general and exemplary damages against the police for alleged illegal detention and unconstitutional media trial. Joined as respondent in his new originating motion are the Nigerian Police Force, the Commissioner of Lagos State, and the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, as well as Lagos State Police Command. The trial of former National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki has again been adjourned to September 27, following the absence of the trial judge. Dasuki is currently facing trial on a 19-count charge of fraud brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. He is accused alongside a former Director of Finance at the Office of the NSA, Shuaibu Salusi, and a former Executive Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Aminu Babakusa, for alleged diversion of 13.6 billion naira. The Election Petitions Tribunal presiding over senatorial elections in Rivers State has nullified the victory of George Sekibu of the People's Democratic Party. Andrew Uchendu, the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, has now been declared as winner of the rerun election which held on December 10, 2016. The tribunal ordered INEC to withdraw the certificate of return from Sekibu and issue it to Uchendu.
The Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism, in partnership with the MacArthur Foundation, specially invite you to the Wole Soyinka Center Media Lecture Series. Theme: Light Up, Light In, interrogating the nexus between electricity and basic education in Nigeria. Date: Thursday, 13th July 2017. Venue: Shehu Musa Yar'Adua Center, 1 Memorial Drive, Central Business District, Abuja. Time: 10 a.m. Lead speakers: Anthony Aka, Acting Chairman, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, and Hamid Boboyi, Executive Secretary, Universal Basic Education Commission. Discussant: Edward Cullen, United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator, UNDP Resident Representative, Obiageli Ezekwesili, Senior Economic Advisor, African Economic Development Policy Initiative, Ime Okon, Project Manager, USAID Energy Power Africa Nigeria, Olabisi Obadofin, Professor of Counseling Psychology, Lagos State University, LASU. Bemiga Ogunleye, Provost, Nigeria Institute of Journalism. Moderator, Al-Kazim Abdul Kadri, Journalist and Director, Victim Support Fund. For inquiries, email wscij@wscij.org or call 0908-251-5179. Be there.
Welcome back. The federal government says it has no plans to concession or sell the refineries in the country. Ibe Kachiku, the Minister of State for Petroleum, says there is no approval to concession or sell the refineries, but to upgrade the refineries in the country. Oil prices rose to a 2-week high after a decline in weekly U.S. production eased concerns about deepening oversupply. Global benchmark Brent crude futures was up 35 cents at $47.66 a barrel, while U.S. crude was up 33 cents to trade at $45.7 a barrel. Crude prices slipped to the lowest in 10 months last week, but have since rebounded more than 7%, stretching their bull run to the longest since April this year. Gunmen opened fire on a United Nations convoy on coastal road west of the Libyan capital of Tripoli. A member of parliament said 5 male UN staff and 2 female staff had been held briefly and then released and would be transferred to Tripoli. It was not clear why the convoy was hit and whether the staff had been detained or held for their own protection. The White House has set new criteria for visa applicants and refugees from 6 mainly Muslim countries, requiring them to have a close family or business tie to the United States. The rules are affecting people from Iran, Libya, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. They were issued after the Supreme Court partially restored President Donald Trump's travel ban. The controversial executive order has been blocked by lower court since it was offered. Nigeria's oldest cup competition, the Federation Cup, has gotten a new sponsor. The country's football body has signed a 5-year sponsorship deal with Ayato Group. The Federation Cup deal will see the Federation Cup renamed as the Ayato Cup. The prize money will also increase to 25 million naira in the men's edition, while the women's edition will rise to 10 million naira. Reigning World Footballer of the Year Cristiano Ronaldo has confirmed he will miss the Confederations Cup 3rd and 4th playoff match for the birth of his twins. The Real Madrid legend is the captain of Portugal's national team. The European champions will be competing in the 3rd and 4th place playoff after losing to South America's champion Chile in the first semi-final of Wednesday. Ronaldo has now confirmed he will miss the match, which is expected to take place on Sunday. World number 1 Andy Murray has pulled out of an exhibition match that was due to take place on Friday as the Hurlingham citing hip injury. The hip injury caused Murray to pull out of this first match on Tuesday. Murray was knocked out at the Queen's in the first round of the World 90 Jordan Thompson. He will have played just that match on grass when he begins his Wimbledon campaign on Monday. That's all on News Now. Thanks for watching. I am Fidelia Aguncha.